So now I'm going to have a flick through these. If you can just go to the next PowerPoint, it talks about the San Pellegrino, who's actually a really big client of HHME. This is one of the one of the clients that I did work for with HHME. So I unfortunately was not able to do a full time block, as I've already mentioned. So what I did was I worked on tasks as they arose. So there was quite a lot of coverage in the time that I was there, probably about 4 or 5 weeks that I worked on this, which did get a bit tedious. But San Pellegrino requires a comprehensive reporting system for any publicity that showcases their product. So their head office is in Italy, and HHME have the contract for Australia. So it is up to us to have a look at any publicity that has happened, which HHME has been a part of. Which San Pellegrino has been a part of. And I really thought it would be like big pictures and advertising and, like a media, like a magazine article about San Pellegrino, an advert or something like that. But it was actually even anything that they were attached to. So the reason why I worked on this for so long was because San Pellegrino actually sponsors an event, which is, or not an event, but like it's a 50 best restaurants in the world. So it's something that's done every single year. So it's called the San Pellegrino 50 World's 50 Best Restaurants. So with that taking place in, I think it was May, there was a lot of media coverage about that. So they had HHME had an external agency who would clip all the media or just send a link, and it was my role to clip this media. So I had to go through, find out the source, find out the web link, if it was an online forum or online newspaper, and then submit it into a really comprehensive database that was quite lengthy in itself, but then to actually research and everything took a really long time. So I had to do everything from, the heading, the source, whether it be online newspaper or magazine or something like that, and then also what their advertising value was, the PR value, how much that was. So that was about going through each newspaper's media kit and having a look at what they would charge for that particular size ad. So if you have a look at this PowerPoint, which is that one there, the news.com.au, you can see that that it's called Attica Eatery from Melbourne entered San Pellegrino World's 50 Best Restaurant list for the first time. So with that one, for example, what I would have to do is have a look at the heading, mention that it was from news.com.au, the date, I have to put the hyperlink, how many people have commented on it, and then it was a bit more comprehensive for print paper. So if it was something like the Herald Sun and there was an article that was this tiny, so a 16th of the front of one of the pages, then you'd have to work out how much the Herald Sun would actually pay, how much they would charge for that small bit of advertising by going through their media kits. For something like the Herald Sun or the Age or the Financial Review, it was quite easy because their media kits were really readily available. It was more for the smaller newspapers, and there were dozens of them that I had to go through to figure out how much the PR value would be, then convert that to euros. You'd have to say what tone the article was written in. Was there any pictures? Was there any videos? Was there any mention of San Pellegrino, or was it just about the 50 world's best restaurants? So this took up a lot of my time. I think I kind of went in every day hoping that they'd give me another task, but for 4 or 5 weeks I think I did that, and I was kind of glad when it all finished. It was quite tedious. So that was one of the major things that I worked on. It did teach me a lot. I really learnt about the media kits and everything like that. I had to look through quite a lot of them. So it was interesting in itself, but I wish I only had to do it um, for a shorter amount of time. I did kind of feel that this is a role that they just give interns because it's something that they don't want to do themselves while they get to do the more hands-on kind of thing and liaising with clients. And I did see that as well with other interns as well, that these are the kind of jobs that the interns do get. So that was a bit of a shame, um, but I did work on some other projects as well, which were quite good. So I'll just stop this one and